Okay, so my husband said that I should make a video about this, and even though it might give me a panic attack, we're gonna do it. I have my tissues just in case. I know I look crazy, but it's because I spent the whole morning crying and my eyes are all red and swollen and I'm exhausted. I have been fighting to get sacroiliac fusion surgery for a long time. And about a year ago, I started care with a new orthopedic surgeon who, with our first visit, he said, "You need sacroiliac fusion surgery. There is no other way to fix this problem for you. You need this surgery." And I was like, "Yep, I know. I'm glad you know too. Let's do it." And that still hasn't happened. He keeps making excuses. We need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. And it's not for insurance. So, put that out of your mind. I got a phone call this morning from my doctor's office that really upset me. I feel like I am constantly being punished for being ill. I feel like the system is against people like me. The government pays disability. I get disability income, but it's just enough to help me pay my medical bills and not quite enough to pay for serious procedures like surgery and things like that. And because I'm married, I don't get further help. We don't qualify for any of the government programs that are available to other people with disabilities. Not that those programs are any fucking good, let's be honest. They offer government housing, but the people that qualify for government housing don't want government housing. They put you in really rough neighborhoods, in cramped apartments that are disgusting and full of mold, that are in dangerous areas. And too bad. You can't afford anything else. And people like me who are married, we don't qualify because we make too much money. But my husband has to work overtime at a full-time job just so we can struggle to pay bills. And we still have to choose every month to pay for medical procedures and doctor's appointments or bills. We have to decide every month if we can have enough money to buy groceries. That should never be a thing that people have to decide, and it should never be a thing that medically unwell people have to think about. I should never have to choose between paying my bills and going to the doctor. Period. Second reason why I feel like I'm punished is because of how the medical industry treats people like me. medical professionals are taught to separate themselves emotionally from their patients because, you know, if they went home and thought about the suffering, they'd want to kill themselves. And I get that. But they still need to remember that we're human and try to have empathy, because I'm tired of medical professionals treating me like my pain isn't real or important. I am struggling every day. And the longer that they keep putting off my care, the worse it's getting. And I personally feel like that's the point. That they can put it off so long that I won't qualify to get help anymore. 2 weeks ago, I was told that I needed to get physical therapy in order to move forward with the surgery that he promised me a year ago. I've already done physical therapy, but it's been too long at this point, so I have to get it again. But when I went to the physical therapist, he decided that the physical therapist decided that I'm too far gone. And that's without doing a physical exam, so he doesn't get to say anything really, but he told my doctor that he should not proceed with surgery because I'm not going to be able to do physical therapy after surgery. And these people get to make those decisions for me. Not me, who's living in this body, who's suffering every day. They get to decide. I just feel like, I wouldn't be at this point if they had done the surgery when they promised they were going to. The more time that goes by, the worse it gets. And eventually I will get to the point where I'm unable to walk or sit. And then I won't be able to do physical therapy, and they'll say that I can't get the surgery. And then I'll never get the help that I need. And I'll just spend the rest of my life bedbound, even though I'm only 35 years old. And that's not just a paranoid thought of mine. That's what happened with my shoulder. I have a pre-existing shoulder injury, and they put it off. It was decided for me that surgery was not a viable option, and now it's too late. Now, when I can barely use my arm, they're telling me surgery is never going to be an option for me. I have to relearn everything. I have to stop using my dominant arm. and I have to live with terrible shoulder and back pain every day. I'm just terrified that that's what's going to happen with my sacroiliac joint because they keep putting it off. I just feel like I'm never going to get help. You know, I've almost died getting surgery in the past, and I'm still willing to put myself under for the opportunity to be in less pain. My biggest fear is spending the rest of my life My biggest fear is spending the rest of my life suffering because doctors won't help me. I'm 35. I'm 35. I'm not asking to be able to run in a park or play softball or go to the Olympics, you know, like I'm just asking to be able to walk through a store. I'm asking to be able to go for a car ride that's longer than 20 minutes. I can't leave my house. I can't go to doctors who might be able to help me that are farther away because I can't make that drive without being in horrible, horrible pain. And doctors keep doing this to me, where they make every excuse not to help me because they're scared. They're so scared of my condition. And they don't want to do their job because they've taught themselves not to care. No matter how many times they tell them that I'm in pain and that I'm suffering and that I'm 35, every time I go to the doctors, I remind them that I'm only 35 and that I shouldn't have to live like this. And they say, oh, you're right, but then they don't do anything about it. Like, doctors don't even want to touch me because I have this condition. I'm like a China doll. You know, they're so afraid to break me. And that's how I'm being punished for my illness. I'm punished because they don't understand it and they're afraid. And that equals me not getting help. That equals me continuing to suffer. and it's not fair. Yeah. That's it, you guys.